One of the things that we do in Uganda is working with local churches, local pastors, to help them have a stronger ministry both in evangelism and in demonstrating the gospel. One of the teams that we worked with was being headed up by a pastor named Martin. And in the training, we worked with a team of people from his church, training them to be more effective in evangelism and also doing public health and hygiene and minimizing exposure to malaria and getting kids immunized and things like that. Each team looks for a practical project they can do in the community for someone outside the fellowship of the church that gives God glory, that demonstrates God's love to the community, and gives them an opportunity to serve using totally local resources. He got his guys together, and they saw this one widow woman in the community. She lived in a mud hut with a grass-thatched roof, and the thatch was getting pretty thin, and the rainy season was starting in just a few weeks. They said, let's fix that lady's roof. So they went and they cut down fresh thatch, got everything organized, talked to the lady. She was thrilled to have somebody come fix her roof. And that day the guys started working and fixing the roof. People were walking by and they saw these pastors and church people fixing this woman's roof, and they said, what are you doing? And they thought it was pretty obvious what they were doing. And they said, she's not even one of your church members. And they said, no, but she needed some help. They said, we've never seen anything like this. Now, the woman was a Muslim. And some of the local Muslims ran into town to the local mosque to get the local imam to say, you better go out there and see what's going on. Now, the pastor of this church is a guy named Martin. Martin and the imam were friends. They'd both grown up in this town for years. They knew each other well. And the imam came out there, and he and Martin are sitting there watching the boys working on the roof. And the imam says, what are you guys doing? Martin said, fixing a roof. And the imam said, but she's a Muslim. And Martin said, we're not trying to take your members away from you. We're just trying to find ways to show God's love in our community. And the imam looked at Martin and he said, should have had my boys out there fixing that woman's roof. Martin said, yeah, maybe so. And the imam, the leader of the mosque, told this pastor, you have shown us a better way. And the people in the community were amazed. They said, we've never seen anything like this before. Things like this happen when we go in and we enter into communities and we work side by side together with the African church. See things like this. God getting glory, His love being shown and demonstrated. That's when we know that it's worth it.